Hello everybody and welcome to the Fit Factor Studio, and my name is Joanna Vargas and I am the creator of the Fit Factor Studio in downtown Alhambra in beautiful Los Angeles, California. And today I have the luxury of meeting with two beautiful women. They are our clients of the month for 2018, and right here I have Carla Chater, and Carla has been with me for maybe 12 years, and she was September 2018's Client of the Month, and she was our Client of the Month twice, but we can't remember when she was. Maybe it was 2012, but we had to have her again because she's so amazing, and you're gonna get to know a little bit more about Carla today. Hey, Myrna's watching. And then I have beautiful Vanessa Hung. And Vanessa was our December 2018 Client of the Month. And how lucky am I and you to be watching this video today. So I'm going to be asking them a series of questions and they're going to be answering them. And hopefully the words of wisdom that they give will also help you or some of you out there listening in Facebook land. Hey, Myrna. Okay, our first question is, ladies, where did you grow up and what were you like as a little girl? We'll start with Carla.
Okay, I grew up a long time ago in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. So I became a naturalized citizen, but I am an American right now. When I grew up, I don't remember very much about when I was very little, because it was wartime, World War II. And so I don't really remember very much. The only thing that I remember is, I think that it was right after the war, when I started going to school and loving going to school. I had to walk a long ways, but that was what everybody had to do back then. Here in this country, they say, what, 10 miles in the snow? We didn't have that. And I always loved that, and I always loved to be outside. I used to love to play outside. We had these little playgrounds that were nothing like you have now. Nothing was padded. Everything was concrete. That whatever you climbed on and rolled off of was steel. But I remember a lot about being out. And this was in the city, as a city girl. We didn't have to worry about traffic much or any kind. And it was a nice childhood, the one at least that I remember.
So in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I walked 10 blocks. You had me beat to school. 10 blocks.
Yeah, no. This was, but these blocks are not very long. Yeah. They were pretty short. Actually, I went back just this year, and I sort of re-walked my childhood a little bit.
Wow.
And things had changed. There were cars all over the place. Although a lot of the old houses still were there. My house was still there.
Wow.
I remember going up and down the steps. We lived 2 floors up, 42 steps.
You would count
every day. I don't know how many times.
OCD. 1, 2.
No, you just went. You just ran up and and having to go to the bathroom that was a problem.
Wow.
Because you had to get all the way upstairs, and there was only one.
Thanks, Carla. Yeah. And Vanessa, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Hong Kong. So I've been living in Hong Kong for over like 17 years, and then after that, I decided to go to LA to study. So I'm starting my life, just started changing my life, like starting like when I moved to LA. When I grew up in Hong Kong, it's totally different cultures and diversity than the ones like in America. So I learned a lot, but for my child memory, I don't really remember a lot because I think I have a very bad child memories. Because like this year I went back, and then my sister tried to recall what did we do when we were little, and then I kind of had questions. Do we really did that before? Because I really don't have memories.
Did you block it out?
Yes, I was totally black out for that, but I'm pretty sure we will enjoy having fun with growing up with my 2 sisters. Yeah.
Fun. I love that question. Be adding that in. Say, how awesome. Thanks for sharing, Carla. That's what Myrna said. Thanks, Myrna, for asking. Our next question is, what is the biggest change that you've noticed in your physical body or mind or life since you've started training?
I guess Back when I started, I don't think I called it training. I just called it having fun, doing something physical, moving.
Keep talking. We're a little crooked.
Moving, I think the whole thing really started back when I was growing up and going to school. Because there were always gymnastics classes for little kids, going through school time. And then there was my play outside, so that was always active. When I was in high school, I joined an athletic club. I was a good high jumper. There was no such thing in the high schools. The high schools just had the gyms. Any of the outside activities, you had to go as an individual. You just signed up to something. So I liked that. I rode for 2 years on the river in Amsterdam. That was also very nice. So I just, going back that far, I did a lot when I was younger. When I got married, I had my first child pretty soon after I was married, about 1.5 years. And that's when the actual physical training, as you might call it, activity really sort of stopped, because there was the natural kind running after a child. And so for 2 more children thereafter, I didn't really very much, although I did used to go swimming, because we were living very close to a swimming pool. And I used to like to swim a mile about every other day, but that was about it.
So Carla has always been active,
yes.
pretty much. When I asked her this question pre-video, she said, I can't remember before. It's just always been.
Yeah, but that's because, I think because it came so naturally.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, the same boat.
Yeah.
Just always moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vanessa, for you, what's the biggest change?
For first, I was starting to, before when I was young, I don't do any exercises. Until when I go to college, there was a couple credits that you need to require to take the GP class, like the physical. So
what'd you take?
I have no choice, and then I end up to taking yoga class. And
You can take yoga for, wow.
Yes, and after the first tries, I really love yoga class. And before I was thinking about that, maybe I should get the yoga instructor license. I was actually go online and to check out that, what is the requirement.
What college? Where'd you go?
I went to El Camino College, which is in Torrance, South Bay area.
Okay.
Yes. And then after the first semester, I took it. I really like it. I just keep continuing to take that yoga class. And for when I graduated, and then I just stopped for a while, and then I don't do exercises. Once when you get older, your body kind of changes and your metabolism is going down. So I realized that I need to start to do some exercises. So first I work at home. I just do watch some of the videos from YouTube and do maybe 10-15 minute cardio, but not every days. And then, but the most reason I stopped is because I don't have the motivations to do it by myself. And I joined a couple gyms before, and I end up to wasting all those memberships.
Yeah, I like people. I need people. I need energy.
It's difficult to do things by yourself.
Yeah, for me personally, I like that.
Until this year, and I got more free times when my husband sent my sons back to Hong Kong in June. So I started joining Fit Factors studio, which is, I really like it after the first class. I think it's with Pink or Carissa. I don't remember who it is. But I just really like it.
there was a Pink.
There's a Pink.
Pink Ninjas.
Pink's first name. Okay,
Pink
got it.
Ninjas, yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, Vanessa is a working mom, and so we have 2 mommies here. And one of the questions is, what advice can you give to other mothers, either working or not working, that can help you stay on track with keeping your fitness schedule? And I want to say putting yourself as a priority, because I know many mothers want to put their kids always first before them, and they might be number 5 on the priority list because there's work and other things. So how do you put yourself on the priority list and make it in your schedule?
On that one, I don't really have an answer because I don't think I ever did that. I really didn't until I was much older and my children were gone and I was working.
So
and
they were
there was
the
a
kids were the
gym.
partier until they
Yes.
left. Okay, got it.
But we did things with them.
Actively.
The pool, the swimming, the
Yeah.
when they did their thing, we ran after them and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Later, when they were older,
Older as in
older as
college.
in
Bye.
high school, later high school, and in a way in college. That's when I started to decide I needed to do something for myself. And fortunately, where I was working in the first 6 years, there was actually a gym in the company that I was working in, which is very nice.
okay.
Later, we moved, and then there was a gym outside, and I just sort of went. And one of my motivations was actually, it's a very strange thing to say, but there were two actually. My mother, who was always climbing her 42 steps up and down until she was 89.
Yeah. Go mom.
And then the other one was my mother-in-law, who did not. She did very, very little. And she unfortunately sort of let herself go. And I decided I wasn't going to be like that.
So you saw the contrast.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And that's what has kept me going ever since.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What did she say?
That was it.
Myrna said, Vanessa's a badass. We train together in the morning. Yes.
Oh,
that's
you
right.
did it 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Going back to what Carla said, to see the contrast of your mother and mother-in-law,
Yeah.
and said, I choose this. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big difference.
How about for you, Vanessa, as a mom? Because right now, Vanessa has a 5-year-old son, and he's sitting right there, so cute and well-behaved.
Very well behaved.
Yeah.
I think like for we put like when we were mom, and then we put kids as a first priority. So we always do. But and the other ways is try to skip exercise. That was a very like excuses for everybody. But to me, before I was like when he's away, and then I got more free time so I can do whatever I want. But when he come back, so I try to fix the schedule. So before when I start in here, and then I used to take night class. But after that, I switches all in the morning, very early in the morning. So that way I can wake myself up and then give myself more like free times to be prepared.
Yeah.
The beginning of the morning. So after that, so I get more energies and strength to take care of them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a mother personally, but I do see my clients and my businesses as my children. So I can understand putting that first before myself, and I do the same thing. So I'm preaching to my own self, the choir. Also, with your son watching, and your, because you have 3 sons?
3.
Yeah, three sons and 1 son, right? I know growing up and seeing my mom, when she would put herself first, I learned to value myself by watching her and emulating that and going, wow. And she would say, I did this for you today, now this is for me, if she would go do something in the evening.
Oh, that's great.
You know,
It's like
yeah, and
that.
I really learned. But as a child, I'm throwing a tantrum because I wanted mom there. But now looking back at it, I'm so grateful that she did that, because I saw that she valued herself, and she valued that she was a mother. Like, I'm your mother, I did this, and now it's my time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, wow, that was great.
Yeah. I have one thing to add, though. I want, as far as finding time to do something for yourself. I hate to harken back to that, but when I was your age, or Vanessa's age, there weren't all these gyms around. There wasn't anything like what we have now. And I don't know, maybe my life would have been different at that point. I would have done different things, but I
Interesting.
didn't. I think it's it might be a generational thing. I'm not sure.
So what you're saying is, when you had the children and they were younger, do you think that you would have
I
done?
might have, if I would have had time.
I see. Okay.
It was also, a time thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's valid. But,
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, last question, ladies. You were to give your younger self advice before you started training, working out. And for Carla, maybe that time we were just talking about, but what advice can you give your younger self?
Well, maybe take a little bit more time for myself than I did way back when. However, I am not sorry that I didn't, but I'm looking at, different perspectives now. And I think it might have been nice. But on the other hand, I was quite content with my life, and
Maybe would have been the cherry on top because you already had a Sunday.
Exactly. I already had, and it was, and I think you have to go along with the times, and I think if I were you now, I would do what you do.
Oh.
And when I was me back then, and I did what everybody else did, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, everybody, we love Carla. Carla's a staple here at the Fit Factor.
Ooh, I don't know if that's that word.
Yes. Okay, maybe another word, but she's yeah.
Oh.
Vanessa, what advice would you give your younger self?
Honestly, I don't know. Because it's so hard to find a works, like to give advice like to my younger self. Because
Do you think you wouldn't have listened to yourself?
yes, as Carla says,
I think.
it's go with times.
Yeah. Like you did.
Yes.
Huh. Or maybe words of wisdom? No words of wisdom you would have given yourself?
I really don't know.
No.
It's-
That's interesting for me too because I've had that question asked to me and I said, I know I could say anything, but I don't think I'd listen to me,
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little kind of hard to answer that
hard.
question.
It's
Yeah,
listen
it's
to
hard.
yourself and follow your heart. If you want to do whatever, just follow your heart.
Yeah.
Sometimes
do
you
it.
have to be flexible. You can't
Yeah.
just set yourself to do something in a pattern that you really want to do. It is like if you want to go out and your son all of a sudden becomes ill, you're not going.
Yeah.
Flexible.
You have to go with the flow.
I think of it like seaweed in an ocean. Flexible. You just go with the ocean.
That
Right? You
feels-
go with the
that's-
tide.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's nice. Just float along.
Float along. Yeah,
I
because if
love
you're
doing that.
yes,
Bobbing
bobbing
on the
around in
road.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. Really, really appreciate it. If you're watching this after it's live, thank you so much. And again, we are the Fit Factor Studio. We're in downtown Alhambra, and our website is thefitfactorstudio.com, and you can also follow us on Instagram, The Fit Factor Studio, and Facebook. And again, this is Carla Chater, and Vanessa Hung, and they are our clients of the month for 2018. And thank you, ladies. I had
You're very
I
welcome.
learned a lot today. Yeah. So thank you.